What's going on, everybody? It's your man Adrian. Today we're here with Frag Hits, and I'm doing a continuation video, and I want to talk about that other fragrance that I was telling you about the other day, which is Jean Paul Gualtier Ultra Mall. And I'm going to give you a straight up banger that is like this close to the original. So I'm going to get you in on the low ski like I promised. And I'm gonna get you that information, and I'm gonna get you all those compliments that you out here searching for, like I carried over from that other video, on why the smell is so much more important than you can possibly think. And if you haven't seen that video, you should go back and check that one out before you watch this one. But if not, I appreciate you coming in to getting this one. So let's hit that intro roll and then hit this music. So put on that juice that makes you feel loose so you can smell like Zeus, and let's get into it. All right, so the one we are going to be talking about today is none other than the man, Jean Paul Gualtier Le Male. And I'm just keeping this little travel atomizer, boom, keep it in your pocket. Like I said in this other video, you can keep this on you, and it's going to work some wonders. Like I said before, smell is a very powerful thing. It can trigger emotions. It can elicit different responses, and memories can come out rushing from it and stuff like that too. And it makes a very good first impression, because if you smell good when you're meeting somebody for the very first time, that smell that you give off to them creates part of that memory and it latches onto them and about you. So if you come off smelling phenomenal, guess what that memory is going to be? Phenomenal. So you're making a great first impression with just going done. You ain't gotta do that much. How quick was that? Like 10 seconds? Super easy. So, Jean Paul Gualtier Le Male, I'm gonna put that up in there close. You can kind of see it. And then, hopefully you can actually see this too. There's a little label. Little travel atomizer. Boom, put that in your pocket. Very safe, secure. Bam. So, Jean Paul Gualtier Ultra Male is a very great fragrance, especially if you like a very slightly floral. You can smell lavender coming through on this, and you can smell a very smooth and creamy vanilla. So if you're a fan of vanilla flavors that mesh well with a little bit of florals and some citrus notes, this is the one. And like this one right here seriously gets you a lot of compliments, and its staying power is no joke. This will give you, for sure, on your skin a solid 8 hours, possibly 10, depending on your type of skin and everything like that. So I'm gonna bring something up real quick. I'm gonna go grab my computer. I'm gonna give you the information on this other one that I promise you, like, hey, you said he's gonna give me one on the super cheap that's gonna smell just like this one, because this one can get up there in price. You can about 120, 130 bucks sometimes. If you catch it on a good sale, you get it for like 85, 95 bucks. But retail value, oh yeah, you're up there. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab this. I'm back. And what I want to show you is I wanted to show you directly on my computer so you can actually see what the notes are. Plus, boom, pull it up at Macy's right there. That's the bottle of Jean Paul Gualtier. Usually runs anywhere between about 130 if you get that bigger bottle. You get the smaller bottle, the 2.5, you get it for about 80, 85 bucks if you catch it on a good sale. But these are the notes right here. Now, these are the notes. This one is Jean Paul Gualtier Ultra Male. This is the clone, aka the Lowski, the cheaper picker-upper, that I'm going to introduce you to, that you can pick up. And if you look at the notes, look, you got lavender and wild lavender over here. You got cinnamon and cinnamon. And then you got your amber and your amber. And you got patchouli right down here in the bottom. And then, oh, look at that, you got vanilla husk. And then you got some vanilla over here. So they're super similar. There's a little bit of difference in between them. But I'm telling you, once you put that stuff on, in the air and on the skin, man, it's close. It's super close. All right, so the main differences that you're gonna notice in between this one is the Jean Paul Gualtier. Obviously, this is a significant higher dollar amount they're usually using a little bit more refined oils, a little bit smoother, a little bit more creamy and stuff like that. So this one smells a little bit more natural. It's going to be a little bit nicer to your nose, but in the air it is crazy close, super crazy close. But that's the main difference I noticed about this. When you get this one right here, you do get a little bit of that you get the lavender that comes through, you got a hint of that pear on the top, but that black vanilla husk, it really shines in this. And then you got that base of the amber that's so smooth, it just cuts right in there and it just blends so well together. Now, the other one that I'm gonna introduce you to, I'm gonna pop this right back in my pocket because it's super close, super easy, is this one right here. Afnan 9 p.m. I'm gonna give you a little box demo and I'm gonna put you on, yeah, you got that nice little hologram right here, batch code, all that good stuff. I'm gonna give you a little bit better video of that too. So that way you can see all the stuff. You know, I know some of you like those unboxing videos. Do your thing, you know, whatever you do. So this is that Afnan 9 p.m. I'm gonna pop this open real quick. So one thing you're gonna notice on this bottle's actually got some heft to it. So like I got a lot of bottles in here and you can see, look at the glass. It is thick right here on that bottom piece. And no joke, that cap, that's solid. That's almost like a giant ball bearing. So it does got some weight to it. I don't know if I'd sit here and grab that and try to pick it up, but you can see it clicks into place. It's not magnetic, but it holds on. But if you hold it for too long, it's gonna fall off. So over time, kind of watch that. Don't be grabbing this thing and bang. I mean, it might be cheap, but still you're gonna be a little salty, especially if you're trying to go out somewhere. All right, so the main thing that you notice on different on this one is in the top you get a little bit of that apple. That's the difference between these two. You get a little bit of apple instead of the pear on the Jean Paul Gualtier. Now the one thing that I do notice on this one is there's a tonka bean that comes through on this, really nice. Yeah, in the air it's super creamy, super smooth, and no joke, you can pick this one up right here for about, it's been creeping up there recently, about 30 bucks, 35. You catch it in a couple places. You get lucky, you might be able to catch it for about $25. Pick this up seriously for about $25. And on the skin and in the air, I'm telling you, this is about 95% similar. I've legit had people say, hey, you smell really good. What are you wearing? And sometimes I'll just tell them like, hey, you know, I'm wearing Jean Paul Gualtier. They can't tell the difference. I've legit told people, hey, I'm wearing two similar fragrances. One is a copy of the other one. Don't tell them which arm. Have them smell this arm, have them smell this arm. Straight up, right on top. And they still can't tell the difference. The crazy thing is what they tell you is this one is slightly louder. It's actually got a little bit more sillage. So if you're looking for that beast mode performance and you want to legit fill a room, this one actually projects more on the cheap. Like seriously, on the cheap. So you get this one on, now be a little bit light on the trigger. It's pretty good, but about 5 sprays max with this one. Otherwise, you're just gonna be feeling whole rooms on this. If you're not one of those people who like to wear your stuff and really cast it out everywhere, you might only want to go 3. One on the shirt, one on each arm, and you're rock solid. You're gonna have about a 6-foot bubble for sure. If you're putting on 5, you're gonna be pushing like 12 feet easily. 12, 15 feet, no joke. You're gonna fill up the whole room with the smell, and they're gonna notice you coming in because it smells really good. And again, you're talking about 30 bucks. You catch this on Amazon sometimes about $40, 38, 40 bucks. But really great, solid fragrance. Phenomenal performance. This one actually lasts longer. You get about 15 hours of performance, no joke. And if you put this on your clothing, it's a for sure 24 hours. Like it's, you'll pick up your shirt, you'll pick up your clothes the next day, and you might need to wash them. I mean, like if you let it sit for 4 or 5 days, it'll probably fade off. But you know, man, hey, if you're going out, you crash into somebody else's place, you go pick it up, you're gonna be smelling it the very next day. Now, where could you use this at? This is definitely late night. It can be office. This is very office state. It's not really offensive. It's not very brash or anything like that. You're not gonna be offending anybody by putting this out there. It's very smooth, very creamy, very compliment getting for sure. But where I would wear this at is the club. This has that mass appeal, warm, inviting fragrance that you are looking for when you are out and in the club, or you're looking for that significant other, like I talked about in the other video. If you're trying to make a great first impression, Jean Paul Gualtier Ultra Malt or Afnan 9 p.m., that is definitely the one you're gonna wanna go with. That about actually does it. I want to keep it short and sweet and to the point for you guys. I really appreciate you tuning in again to this. If you like this content, please do me a favor, squeeze that sugar, subscribe, and share this content, because I mean, you might like it, and hey, you might know somebody else that actually likes it too. So do me a favor. I'm a small channel right now. I'm trying to grow this thing out, a little side hobby, but hey, if it picks up, it'd be something fun and something cool. And if you really want me to try something out, seriously, write it up in those comments below. I don't care what it is, I'll get it. I'll get some samples, I'll get some small vials, some travel sprays like this one right here. I'll hit it up and I'll review it straight up for you. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for checking out that last video. Again, if you haven't checked that one out, what it is about is the one directly before this one. How your smell is way more important than you might ever think. Check out that video, seriously great content in there. It'll give you kind of like a scientific analysis of why your smell is so important when you're looking to make a great impression on your first day, and whether it be a great interview process, because a lot of people don't think about that either, man. If you smell really good and you're making a great first impression, even at an interview process, when you're on that one-on-one, mind you, some people are just doing these camera interviews, you know, Zoom calls, Skype calls, stuff like that. But if you're in that one-on-one interview, that could be the deciding factor for that paycheck. You never know. Like that little bit of extra that you brought to the table might be patting your pocket. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'll catch you guys on the next one.